One of the things that I was wrestling with as we were going into this debate was, is it possible that someone will deal with Mayor Pete? Will Mayor Pete be dealt with in an effective manner absent Tulsi Gabbard? Oh, come on. Even the people that are negative towards Tulsi Gabbard must acknowledge that she was very much a stealthily strategic actor on the debate stage. She was no joke. She made a name for herself called the Widowmaker. And yes, I know she was a medic in the Army. I can still call her a killer because she killed Kamala Harris. People are so petty. I didn't say she was a murderer. I said she was a killer. There's a difference, Johnson. Bill Clinton, Obama, George W. Bush, those are murderers. Back to my point. So I was sitting here wondering, like, who's going to deal with Pete Buttigieg? Come on, who's going to call this guy? Somebody's got to call him out. I can't stand the way he gets to word salad and provide these slip mechanisms to get out of answering questions as he goes on tirades. Will there be someone who steps up? Who will it be? Well, guys, I'm going to have to report to you the honest, unequivocal truth. One of those people I was unexpected. I did not expect this to this extent. Amy Klobuchar, or Amy Crowbar Jaw, took the crowbar out and proceeded to beat Pete about the head.
Elizabeth's work starting the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and helping 29 million people. I see the vice president's work in getting $2 billion for his cancer moonshot. I see Senator Sanders' work of working to get the veterans bill passed across the aisle. And I see what I've done, which is to negotiate 3 farm bills and be someone that actually had major provisions put in those bills. So while you can dismiss committee hearings, I think this experience works. And I have not denigrated your experience as a local official. I have been one. I just think you should respect our experience when you look at how you evaluate someone who can get things done.
Thank you, Senator. Mr. Mayor, I'll give you a chance to respond.
You actually did denigrate my experience, Senator, and it was before the break, and I was going to let it go because we got bigger fish to fry here. But you implied
I don't think we have bigger fish to fry than picking a president of the United States.
You're right. And before the break, you seemed to imply that my relationship to the First Amendment was a talking point, as if anyone up here has any more or less commitment to the Constitution than anybody else up here. Let me tell you about my relationship to the First Amendment. It is part of the Constitution that I raised my right hand and swore to defend with my life. That is my experience, and it may not be the same as yours, but it counts, Senator. It counts.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Senator Klobuchar, you have 45 seconds to respond.
I certainly respect your military experience. That's not what this is about. This is about choosing a president. And I know my view of this is I know you ran to be chair of the Democratic National Committee. That's not something that I wanted to do. I want to be president of the United States. And the point is we should have someone heading up this ticket that has actually won and been able to show that they can gather the support that you talk about of moderate Republicans and independents, as well as a fired up Democratic base. And not just done it once, I have done it 3 times. I think winning matters. I think a track record of getting things done matters. And I also think showing our party that we can actually bring people with us, have a wider tent, have a bigger coalition, and yes, longer coattails, that matters.
Thank you, Senator.
I got to respond to that. Senator, I know that if you just go by vote totals, maybe what goes on in my city seems small to you. If you want to talk about the capacity to win, try putting together a coalition to bring you back to office with 80% of the vote as a gay dude in Mike Pence's Indiana.
Again, if you had won in Indiana, that would be one thing. You tried and you lost by 20 points.
Damn. Ooh. Ow. Ooh. Goodness gracious, Amy Klobuchar. Goodness gracious, where'd that come from? What a flurry of direct shots to the head from Amy Klobuchar, delivering them on Mayor Pete's forehead. Wow. even a couple of rabbit punches. Was that a kick to the groin at the very end there? Amy Klobuchar was not playing with Mayor Pete. And this is what I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Going at Pete directly as he tries to hide behind the Constitution. He signed up to go to Afghanistan for a tour, or I don't know what it was. Okay? Great, fantastic. That does not negate your lack of experience when it comes to governance. Then when he uses the thing, I don't know if you caught this at the end, man, Pete Buttigieg used the gay card. Yeah, he used the gay card. He said, well, I ran for office in Mike Pence's as a gay man in Mike Pence's Indiana. As if Mike Pence owned Indiana. Right? And Amy Klobuchar's like, okay, you go ahead and clap, go ahead. But you lost by 20 points. Booyah! Hello! So, are you going to run for president in Donald Trump's America as a gay man? We can't have you lose by 20 points, Pete. See how that works? Now, here goes the thing I like to mention, guys. I've heard Barack Obama say a lot of things, covered the campaign pretty extensively. I never heard him use his blackness as a way to say this is why he's going to be better for the job. Now, I could be wrong because I'm not going to say he's above such tactics. We all know that there's not much that Barack Obama isn't above. Okay? Or is above. Or isn't above. Or won't stoop below. You get my point. But the point is, I don't recall it. I think I would have recalled it in the debate if he was like, well, I'm a black guy, so I'm living in George Bush's black America, or black George Bush's America, and I'm a senator, state senator, and you know? I remember that. Listen, hey, me and Michelle, we're black, okay? That's all we got to know. That's what you got to know, right? Don't boo, vote. Vote for the black guy because I'm a black guy. Makes life twice as hard. Cool. Income inequality, I got your income inequality. I got big ears and I'm black, right? Okay. He didn't do that. So I thought that was telling. Amy Klobuchar did a good job. She did a good job there. In fact, I was wondering if she was ever going to wake up, and she woke up right on time. Interesting. But luckily for us, fans of seeing Mayor Pete Buttigieg get his comeuppance, and that's exactly what I am. I'm unapologetically not a Mayor Pete fan for a lot of reasons. One of them being I'm allergic to word salad, and he uses a lot of word salad and distractive talking points in order to get people off his trail, and I'm not falling for it at all. Elizabeth Warren sparred with Mayor Pete. Yeah, Elizabeth Warren had her back and forth with Mayor Pete. Here goes a little bit of that, in case you missed it.
Mayor just recently had a fundraiser that was held in a wine cave full of crystals and served $900 a bottle wine. Think about who comes to that. He had promised that every fundraiser he would do would be open door, but this one was closed door. We made the decision many years ago that rich people in smoke-filled rooms would not pick the next president of the United States. Billionaires in wine caves should not pick the next president of the United States.
Mr. Mayor, your response. You know, according to Forbes magazine, I am literally the only person on this stage who's not a millionaire or a billionaire. So if this is important. This is the problem with issuing purity tests you cannot yourself pass. If I pledged never to be in the company of a progressive Democratic donor, I couldn't be up here. Senator, your net worth is 100 times mine. Now, supposing that you went home feeling the holiday spirit, I know this isn't likely, but stay with me, and decided to go on to PeteForAmerica.com and give the maximum allowable by law, $2,800. Would that pollute my campaign because it came from a wealthy person? No, I would be glad to have that support. We need the support from everybody who is committed to helping us defeat Donald Trump. We would. We would like to bring in everyone, but obviously, Senator Warren, I'd like to give you a chance to respond.
I do not sell access to my time. I don't do call time with millionaires and billionaires.
Sorry, as of when, Senator?
I don't meet behind closed doors with big dollar donors. And look, I've taken one that ought to be an easy step for everyone here. I've said to anyone who wants to donate to me, if you want to donate to me, that's fine. But don't come around later expecting to be named ambassador, because that's what goes on in these high dollar fundraisers. I said no, and I asked everybody on this stage to join me. This ought to be an easy step. And here's the problem. If you can't stand up and take the steps that are relatively easy, can't stand up to the wealthy and well-connected when it's relatively easy when you're a candidate, then how can the American people believe you're going to stand up to the wealthy and well-connected when you're president and it's really hard?
Judy.
Senator, I've got to respond to
Yeah.
this.
Are you kidding? Hey,
Mr. Mayor, we're going to give you one more chance to respond. If you can't say no to a donor, then you have no business running for office in the first place.
I don't understand what Mayor Pete was trying to get at there. My friend of the show and moderator, Eli, he said it, he called it out on Twitter. He was like, Tim, did Pete just say if you can't say no to a donor, you have no business running for president to begin with? Well, isn't that exactly the question, the point that she's trying to make is that you won't say no to donors. You won't stop having these big fundraisers with big money donors. You don't have to say no to them if you don't have the big money fundraisers with the big donors. If you don't go into the freaking wine cave with billionaires and multimillionaires raising money for your campaign, then you don't have anything to say no to other than regular folks. And since regular folks, people that make a modest living are the people that you're going to be governing for, at least to be your prime focus. There's only so many of these rich bastards who can vote. If people are only worth their vote, their one vote, everybody's equal. What I don't like about Pete is he tries to pretend that he's not smart enough to understand the influence of cash. Now, he says, that he's the only person up there who's not a millionaire. Well, maybe that's the reason why you're surrounding yourself by so many millionaires. Maybe that's the reason why we got video footage of you hanging out with Mark Zuckerberg 4 or 5 years ago, looking like two guys about to go on a killing spree. Hey, ladies, want to ride? Hey, fellas, want to ride? I need to tell someone where I'm at. No, you don't. So Mayor Pete acts like he doesn't understand what campaign finance is all about, nor does he understand the influence of big money. And if he doesn't get that and he wants to brush that aside, I believe that that's the biggest threat to our democracy. That's our biggest culprit. Big money. Powerful people with big money influencing our elections. There are some people that believe it's the women thing or the black thing and identity politics. Someone said black. Oh, no. As if that's ever benefited us. I'm the first black person in my family to ever had the rights of the average white guy in America. First one. And we've been in this country since the 1700s. My family. But I'm the first one born into having the same rights as a white guy was always given. So the idea that identity politics is the most dangerous thing in America is bullshit. The most dangerous thing in America is big money interest. And that's why we don't have Medicare for all. That's the reason why you can't get a decent minimum wage. That's the reason why they union bust. Every problem that we have can be traced back to money. Big money influence on people. That's it. Big money influence on people. It ties into our military-industrial complex, our nation building, or whatever the hell they want to call it. It's always at the root of it. It's always money. Big money influence. They want to get the contracts. Big money people want to get the contracts. They give out money via lobbyists, which has politicians doing the bidding of those military-industrial complex contractors, military contractors, defense weapons contractors, and what have you. So anyway, back to my point about Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete is a very smart guy. How can you be a Rhodes Scholar and not get it? Well, Elizabeth Warren just knocked it down. Oh, Jesus. Well, snickerdoodles. Listen here, Tim Black. I'm surprised. You just gave me some props. You just gave me respect. I'm not used to getting that out of you. Oh, humdinger, zinger bangers. Root beer floats, and honey buns, and warm kisses, marshmallow treats, and fiddly sticks on tops of sprinkles. I tell you, milked out here, Tim Black, you're starting to grow on me right now. You're growing on me like moss. You're growing on me like a long fingernail that needs to be clipped. But right now I'm going to use you because I got something I need to get from behind the dresser. I'm going to use that long fingernail for as long as I can use it. Right after I take that dress out, lay that dress on the bed. You know that dress I'm talking about. That dress you wear when you got stuff to do. You need to go make a couple of dollars down at the Piggly Wiggly. Got to go to work down there at the Piggly Wiggly. This Oklahoma gal knows how to do what she needs to do. Put on those shoes and get to stepping. But I want to thank you, Tim Black. Oh, yeah, I want to thank you, Tim Black, for showing I could take out Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete is a son of a gun. He's a lying, conniving scumbag. I don't even think he's a human being. And I'm glad that you recognize that I'm better than him. I might not be good as Bernie Sanders, but I'm a lot better than Pete. In fact, I'm better than two Petes with a side of Joe Biden. Good job, milk that head, Tim Black. Good job. I'll be cursing you out tomorrow, but today, you're all right with me. You're all right with me. Tulsi Gabbard was not missed on that debate stage. I'm sorry she wasn't. It ended up being a good debate, and it's because I didn't know how good of a politician Amy Klobuchar was. She's a pretty good politician when she needs to be. Will she win the nomination? Hell no. Should she win it? No. Can she get my support? No, I don't support cops. I'm pretty cut and dry on that. Amy Klobuchar was throwing away the key on petty offenses, just like Kamala Harris. It ain't different just because it's a short white woman. I know I'm one of the few people in independent media that actually covered it, actually put out content about it, who didn't just go after the black woman. Okay? Me. I went after both of them because I try to keep it real. Eventually, you love me. You love me when I'm dead. When I'm gone, you'll love me. You respect me. The point is, Tulsi Gabbard was not missed today because Senator Elizabeth Warren also wants to win this race, and she's willing to go after Mayor Pete. She hit his ass in the wine cave. The wine cave. And you know what? I think it sunk him. They're not going to talk about it the way it should be talked about. I don't know how many people actually watch this debate. But if more people watch this debate, I think the damage was done tonight by Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar that sunk Mayor Pete. I think the women deserve to have the applause tonight. They took it. Now, don't get me wrong, I thought Bernie Sanders did a pretty good job. But in my opinion, and that's the only opinion I can care about doing my own analysis, in my opinion, that Amy Klobuchar and Senator Warren did a tag team on Pete Buttigieg. That all of the word salad and slippery language, the equivocating, the contradictory, the not understanding that money equals power, that all of us know money equals power. It makes people do horrible, disgusting things, like betray their brother and sister every day. Pete acts like, oh, well, it means if you can't turn down a donor, then, how much you got? Oh, meet me over there, man. Shut up and meet me over there. People take money and do all types of horrible things to each other. $500 will get you capped. Hell, $200 will get you capped by a drug addict. Pete's acting like money is nothing. It's no big deal. Closed doors and all the damage it's caused. So I think that Elizabeth Warren and Senator Amy Klobuchar, both the senators, did an excellent job of nullifying this Pete surge. It should be reported that way. I don't know if it is.